Alright, welcome everyone. I apologize that it's going to be a little echoey. For whatever reason, the microphone that I've had for 5 years, give or take, is just not working here. And, yeah, it's been a long time since I've really felt comfortable. In the last couple of years, really trying to produce anything. Last couple of years, I haven't really played a lot of Mons. I've pretty well just kind of done what I wanted. I played a lot of other games. I've still kept up with Mons and everything. I really haven't played, I haven't really seriously played like OU in a while. I really haven't played VGC in a long time. I still love Pokemon. Hell, I really even just finished the Scarlet and Violet decks in game like a month ago. I finished the Kitakami decks a month ago. I've been doing the Blueberry Academy, but I really haven't been doing it all that seriously. Pretty well done with it. It's just I gotta get the last, I think, like 40 Mons, I think somewhere in there. But I've been wanting to play again. There's a lot of things that I've been wanting to do for the last little bit, and I feel like now's the time that I genuinely have wanted to get myself back into things and just start uploading what I want. I want to relearn the game essentially, because that's what I have to do. I really haven't played seriously in the game with terrestrialization. I think I did a little bit more at the beginning when Scarlet and Violet came out, but it's been a very, very long time since that point, and I want to get back into it as best as I can. And I have a few other things a few other projects and everything that I have to more to do with, like talking about different different projects of like Pokemon evolution, or my thoughts on different topics, like not only necessarily like Pokemon, but surrounding like different games in general. So what this is going to be is more, I want to get back in, I want to relearn the game basically from scratch, a lot on my own, figure out what is and isn't good, and have a little bit more fun, because that's the one thing I realized I wasn't having anymore with Pokemon for a while. It was fun. And when I went back to it, like to Scarlet and Violet, about a month ago at this point, I realized that I was having fun. Like going through the in-game, going through having fun with all the different challenges and everything. Which I haven't even done like the Blueberry Academy Elite Four, but I was having fun with that. And so that is the biggest thing. I've been having a lot of fun with a bunch of other games. I've completed a bunch of other games in the last couple of years. A lot of Lego games, because I love those things. But I've completed a lot of other games. I finally completed at least Assassin's Creed Black Flag 100%, Assassin's Creed 3 100%, a few other 3DS, like a couple 3DS titles in there, some other Switch games in there, and I've had a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun in doing this. And so that is what I want to do. I want to have fun. And so speaking of, here is the team that I wanted to really build around Rayquaza, because I love it. And I wanted to try and make like a bootleg Dragonite set. just because shiny, because duh. Terra Normal, Dragon Ascent, E-Speed, Swords Dance, Protect. I feel like this set could do reasonably well. I think being able to Terra Normal, basically only be weak to fighting, which is a type that's not really common at this point anyways. Be immune to Calyrex Shadow Riders, Astral Barrage. I'm still going to take a lot from, Glacial Lance, stuff like Icicle Crash from... Actually, I get the feeling it'd be O-Code still by a Shanpao, Icicle Crash and everything, but still just wanting to have a level of fun with it, right? Try and see what I can do with it. And then after that, I thought about it and I was like, you know what? Even though I have Airlock, so I can get rid of like the rain and the sun, which can be very, very handy, which is why I'm going Jolly with Swords Dance. I can get the +2. Clear Amulet allows me to, prevent any stat drops, which would be great. If I'm able to get to +2 and Terra Normal and just start E-speeding a bunch of stuff, I'm happy. But I thought about it and I was like, you know what? Sand, I feel like, is one of those that I feel could do very, very well or be a little bit more interesting in this particular time. Primarily because I feel, obviously, Kyogre is very strong, but I felt like AV Tyranitar, because it gets a special defense boost on top of the Assault Vest. Rock Slide and Knockoff can do a lot of work in terms of getting rid of, say, like the Mystic Water or a potential Choice Scarf, or just getting rid of the weather in general. For stuff like going up against stuff like Archaludon that want to Electro Shot, right? And then I can hit a Stomping Tantrum into them. I can get rid of their Assault Vest. Not that I have a lot of special attackers on this team anyways, but just being able to knock off items like, Safety Goggles on Incineroar, or getting rid of, or just having a great way to knock out Calyrex Shadow Rider, getting rid of the Clear Amulet on Calyrex Ice Rider, choice bands on Koraidons, choice packs on Miraidons. I think this set isn't, like this EV spread isn't super specialized. I definitely think that there's better ways that I could utilize it, but for the most part, I do really like it. I've played a few games with this team. It's taking me a little bit longer than I would have originally thought to kind of get my feet back into it and everything. I'm really starting to, really having to learn when to Terra, which is part of the problem, and which mons that I feel like I need to Terra. But I do really like this Tyranitar, and the Excadrill even is interesting too, because High Horsepower and Iron Head are two very strong attacks, and Iron Plate brings Iron Head up to just as strong, a little bit stronger technically than High Horsepower, but it's still incredibly, incredibly strong. And that is the beauty of it. I may not be able to OHKO something like a Kyogre, but if it Terras out so it can't get Spored, for example, by my Moongus there, it all of a sudden gets hit by Iron Head and has the chance to get flinched. I can switch in Tyranitar and have something similar to that happen. Terra Dragon, because I want to be able to resist those water type attacks, even though I'm not necessarily going to do well. If it means that I can tank, say, an Origin Pulse like Mystic Water boosted, or if it means that I can take stuff like Searching Stars from Urshifu, which again, I may not do well, but if I can at least take it and then hit it back with a High Horsepower, I feel a lot better about that than not. There's definitely a lot of room to grow with these three, and I definitely think that Rayquaza on its own is definitely one of the weaker restricteds, but I really, really like I like it on premise. And I really, really do like what these two can do as well. I want to jump right to Garganacl, because obviously Amoonguss and Incineroar are two of the more standard mons for me here, obviously. But Garganical is really fun. And I thought about Garganical because on its own, it walls a lot. It can wall Groudon, because Precipice Blades is a hits both targets. Astral Barrage hits both targets. And, by the way, with Purifying Salt, Ghost damage is halved, which makes a huge difference. I have a special defense boost because I'm a rock type in the sand. What else do I remind me to? Water Spout and Origin Pulse. The two moves that Kyogre uses, so it needs to hit me with Ice Beam. Otherwise, it's not going to be able to reliably hit me. Helping Hand is just a nice move for, if it's Excadrill out, or even if it's potentially Rayquaza. It helps in that regard. Very, very much so, I would add. And Salt Cure as well. Getting a lot of good chip, which helps Incineroar with Fake Out do some damage. If I'm able to put something to sleep with Spore, it means that they're taking consistent damage each and every turn. And the fact that it hits water types, Kyogre being one of them, Urshifu takes 25% as well. I'm just trying to think of another water type. But even something like Archaladon, right? Which will take an 1/8, which it'll take 12%, which is huge. Incineroar is taking an extra 12%, but it's also weak to it as well. Even opposing Amoonguss, putting it in range for stuff like for Excadrill and a high horsepower, or an Iron Head, depending on whichever one works best in that situation. Tyranitar, if I Terra into a flying type, hell, even for Rayquaza to get to hit those numbers, I really, really like it. Factoring in the sand damage as well. There were a couple of games, now mind you, I'm low, not even 1100 yet, but having games where I know exactly what I can do realistically because of Garganical is huge. Even in the sand, I know it was a special offense boost, but Water Spout did nothing to me. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was a Specs Miraidon Electro Drift. Did not KO Garganical. And then I can hit Salt Cure. It can start taking damage, and I'm good. So I really, really like this mod. I really like the synergy that it has with pretty much all of these guys. Every single one. Amoonguss, very straightforward. Bring Surging Strikes into Amoonguss, not anything else. Terra Water, for some obvious reasons. Pollen Puff, I like a little bit more than, say, Sludge Bomb. Sludge Bomb will do damage and can get the poison, but I feel like Pollen Puff right now, from where I'm sitting, in terms of being able to get Rayquaza back up if it takes a little bit of damage, Excadrill as well, even Garganical, I like that a little bit more than I would say Sludge Bomb right now. That doesn't mean that I wouldn't change it, but that is currently what I am liking. And then Incineroar. I don't know if Terra Ghost is what I want to go with. I don't even know if I really like this set in particular. I like the speed to an extent, but I feel like it needs to drop down to have a little bit extra bulk. Because my goodness, this thing sucks if it can't do anything defensively. But yeah. So with that all being said, we are going to get into a game here. I don't know why that was minimized, but okay. And just so you know, if you hear any typing, I've got my laptop connected to my TV here. So if you hear a chair creaking, it's because I'm sitting in my desk chair with my laptop connected to my TV, just so I can have a better grasp on things. more like the literal bigger picture, if you will. Alright, so game 1. OTS, Among Us, same set, probably not the same EVs, but again, a lot of this stuff I could definitely change. The Incineroar set is a little different. I don't need to worry about any burns on any of my mons, because I'm literally an all-physical attacking team, which isn't great. The Farigiraf looks like it could provide some level of issue. They definitely look like they want to go Trick Room here. Calyrex Ice Rider with the Clear Amulet is fine. Booster Energy. Raging Bolt looks like it could be a little bit more special attack boosting, if anything, not necessarily speed. AV Rillaboom, which is fairly straightforward, and a Terra Ground Farigiraf. Interesting. I don't really know why the Terra Ground is there. I guess it's for Miraidon. At least that's what it looks like on like the initial look here. But what I am noticing is that Garganicle's really, really solid here. Part of me is looking at Rayquaza and wondering if they lead, say, one of these, like, let's just say they go Incineroar, Calyrex, or Incineroar plus Farigiraf. I'm wondering if that is a massive deal to me or not. So, almost right away, I like the idea of going Incineroar Garganicle. I want my Amoonguss in the back, potentially just to be able to put this to sleep, maybe, if I'm lucky. Never lucky. But I can always Terra Water out, which would be great. And then I do believe Rayquaza on its own could be useful. I actually want to try and see what I can get out of this first game here in terms of information. So I get the drop there, which is fine. I can tell right away that they want to set a Trick Room, so I can see the Fake Out coming. I'm gonna double up into the Calyrex here. Question is whether I want to tear out of this or not. Part of me is thinking yes, but I feel like an Amoonguss switch feels fairly easy. I could even switch into Rayquaza. Terra Ghost wouldn't be bad, but then I feel like it might be a little bit too vulnerable. But let's do it anyways. We'll just test around and see what happens. They do protect. I am faster. Interesting. So my Rillaboom's faster than their, my Incineroar's faster than their Rillaboom. So what I want to do is I want a Parting Shot, and I want to go for the Soul Cure into the Cali. Because I could see them, they know I've got Will-O-Wisp here as, okay, they just decide to Terra Fire. That's a little annoying, I'm not gonna lie. They're gonna take the chip, and I am gonna go down. But they did just let me get a big amount of damage off, which I don't quite get. Which I can go into Ray now. And I think I want to just Swords Dance here. see now, this is where my inexperience is coming in. Rillaboom feels like it wants to U-turn. Rillaboom feels like it wants to U-turn here, and that becomes part of my problem. Not necessarily that it is a problem per se, more than it is more frustrating. I think I'm gonna Wide Guard here. So I do get the Wide Guard off. I do get a lot of chip. They are gonna U-turn, which is fine. I assume they bring out their... I would assume maybe Raging Bolt. No, it's Amoonguss actually. And they do Trick Room, which is not particularly great, but it's fine. It does mean though, they have to high horsepower. So I'm gonna switch. I feel like the Wide Guard's super obvious here. So I'm gonna Salt Cure. I feel like it's far too obvious. They try and Spore, which is fine. I get the Salt Cure off first, so I am faster. And now they have to respect the Fake Out. This is an interesting little conundrum here. Because if I had just made the... I guess at this point it doesn't really matter for them, I don't think. Okay, so they are gonna keep it in reserve, which is fine. They do get the Spore, not great, but could be worse. Will-O-Wisp and attempt the Swords Dance. So I know where I did go wrong in this game. I don't think my leads were were bad by any stretch. I needed to be a bit more on that turn where they Trick Room. I need to be way more aggressive in Salt Cure. Because Callie took 18 there. All fine and dandy. Oh, I do burn their Rillaboom, which is fine. I get a Swords Dance, which is fine. Okay, hold on. Hold on a minute. Hold on. They can't Parting Shot into my Rayquaza, so what I'm thinking here... Get a knockoff plus Protect here. Because who do they bring out? Because if it's Amoonguss, that's even better for me. Okay. Okay. That is not fine. Do I get the double is my question. I do get the double. Okay. And the Will-O-Wisp does indeed. So they do Rage Powder. I am gonna get the KO. I'm guessing they just knock off into me. No, they Parting Shot. Which isn't great. But the fact that Callie Ice is that low, I just E-Speed and I get the KO. Yeah. Like, the thing is, there is an interesting avenue for me to win. I just need to get extremely, extremely lucky. Because I knock off okay. Okay, this game has gone a lot longer than I thought it was going to, if I'm being honest. I thought this was going to be not necessarily over, but my clear amulet being knocked off there really hurt. Ah! Oh. Oh. Did I? I'm gonna protect here. No! Oh. Okay. So I know where I went wrong in that game. That went a lot longer than I thought, but I do know where I went wrong. Instead of being a little, I wasn't aggressive enough in the face there. So what did they lead with again? Really quick. They went Rillaboom and Cali Ice. One was Garganical Incineroar. So the question is now, how do I want to handle this? Because it's not that I wouldn't be able to. It's that I need to be a little bit more strategic in how I handle the Incineroar. Because the pivoting is what killed me there. I do still think Garganical is very crucial in this. Do I feel like I can bring something other than a Moongus here? And I think I can. I don't think they bring their Raging Bolt because there's just too much here that can stop it. But I like the idea of being able to knock off and fake out whenever I need to. So, how do I want to play this? Garganical's coming 100%. I feel like these two as the lead is fine because I could just Paranormal out. I do think Garganical shows up, it's just a matter of the last. And who I feel the better one of the three would be. Is it Amoonguss? can get the spread damage off outside, I might be able to do it. Though Excadrill, if it does tear, could win on its own. Let's try it. Okay. Okay, so they go with the exact same lead here. Totally fine. Totally fine. So, now we play the game of who do you fake out? Because I don't want to tear out of my resistance in the situation, but I don't want to tear out of my weakness if I don't need to. So what I'm going to try and do... Nice! Very, very nice. They're going to Terrafire, I get the Protect, I get the Knockoff, goodbye to your clear Amulet. Here comes the Trick Room. Okay. Okay. Okay, so now the biggest question is... knowing that I got rid of it, is I want to switch. I want to get in my Garganacl some way, somehow. It's a matter of how I'm going to manage to do that. And I feel like my Terra in this situation is better suited potentially for my Garganacl again. So I want to swap, and I'm going to Parting Shot Calyrex here. Just go for a Glacial Lance that does less than half. Okay, so that tells me they have a Moongus in the back. And now they are -1. Which is a massive, massive help. Okay, so... what do I want to do here? I'm gonna Salt Cure, and I'm gonna switch back in my Incineroar. Because at this point, the way I see it is I need to start stalling in terms of the number of turns of Trick Room. 19% is pretty good. Glacial Lance comes out, does basically nothing. Parting Shot comes out into Garg. All fine. And the best part is, even if they do go back into this, that's fine. Because what I can do is Wide Guard, and I can go for the burn. Or wait a minute. What am I thinking? Oh, he's gonna have the faster Fake Out too. Ooh, I don't like that. So I can Salt Cure and try and Fake Out here. Okay, so I do get the Fake Out. Doesn't seem like that's what they were gonna do, and I immediately put the Incineroar on a big timer here. And I do have my Garg back at full. If they decide to high horsepower here, not exactly great, but I can just switch into my Rayquaza at this point. With Calyrex sitting at 71, didn't do a lot, but that's fine. They're gonna go back into Cali. What do they click? Do they click Woodhammer? No! I got the play right! Let's go! Very, very nice. Very, 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 very nice. Alright, so I am immediately just Wide Guarding, and I'm gonna Swords Dance here. I don't need to do anything else other than that. Even if that does come out, that ain't doing shit. Nice. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Alright, so I know that +2 will KO everything coming in here. I think Incineroar is good to go in. At this rate, they also would need to, at this point, click, I would assume, Wood Hammer. So I'm going to try and recover, and I'm going to Terra Normal Dragon Ascent into Rillaboom. Yes! Let's go! Let's go, baby! Very nice. So my Garganacci is back at full. Out comes Incineroar. Very, very, very nice. I can just Salt Cure and Protect. Yep. I know what they're gonna do. That's all fine and dandy. As long as I know I've got that passive damage going on to it, I don't know if I really give a shit. I know they can click high horsepower. I know that, but okay. We're gonna go. Yep, we're gonna go +2 Terra, Cali Ice. 57, what am I at? Where is he at? 58. That's Min. Helping Hand, E-Speed, Cali. No, not Nuamungus! Oh, shit! Let's go! Oh man, that was nuts. Oh my goodness, what? No freaking way that just happened. Let's go. Oh man. Okay, that was great. Alright. They led the exact same way, right? I think. I went right in Sin. Rillaboom, Calyrex Ice. So, I don't see why this lead doesn't work again. I could see them bringing, maybe Farigiraf because of Garganacl. They didn't even know what my last mod was. And I think, funny enough, I think, X-Gut, if placed in the perfect situation there, does insanely well. Okay, but here's the fun part. I don't think there isn't a world where you don't try and fake out one of these two. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to Terra Knockoff. Because I get this sneaking suspicion that you are going to fake out one of these two. Yep. And now that that is gone, that makes things so much easier for me in this scenario. And that did so much. The other question that at this point I think you need to ask if I need to ask myself is my opponent going to switch? And if the answer is yes, the question is into what? Because I feel like what they could do is just attack into this, which would make sense. I think they just Terrafire with a Calyrex though. Was I right about the Terrafire at least? No. They did Glacial Lance. I do live with both. Okay. The bigger question is now, I think, at least for myself in this situation, is I think I made too risky of a play. And I need to get myself back out of this. So I think what I'm gonna do, yeah, they're gonna go right for Trick Room. Even better, because now I can bring in Garganacci. Even if they do Glacial Lance, that's fine, because they need to always be wary of. They need to be wary of the fact that I can literally just fuck them up at any point. Because what I can do is this. I can go for the Salt Cure into Incineroar. Well, I miss. On Fort. But 27%, they're going to take 12 back, which makes things even better for me in this very, very good scenario here. Hope you guys can't see that little pop-up there. The question I have to ask is Rayquaza or Incineroar, and I feel like the answer is Rayquaza, because one of these things is going to die, and I feel like that's a Rillaboom problem because it's Terra-Fired now. And I feel like I just hit the Incin. Even if they knock off, that's not going to do nearly enough. And this puts it so deep in, well, the proverbial hole that you now need to hope that I guess if you switch, it's not great. But I have no reason at all. And they didn't bring Incineroar. Amoonguss. So I was technically right in terms of them switching up the formula. I just wasn't sure, I just didn't know the mon that they were going to switch. I'm gonna get a little risky here. Risky bisky. I know they're gonna set it to TR, which is fine. It's not great, but it's manageable. I feel like the Protect makes so much sense. I feel like I need to get the attack drop. You get to Protect. They Psychic Noise into Ray. Woodhammer's not great, but say go into guard. Is there a way for me to win this? I feel like technically there would have been. Where did I go wrong in this game? I feel like it was the turn I switched into Drill. I also feel like if on that turn I hit Incineroar, it's a very, very different I feel like it's a very, very different game. I know it's not gonna kill. I know Psychic Noise will. I feel like at this point, I Salt Cure you. I guess you're gonna get rid of my lefties too, aren't you? Yeah. This Grassy Twitch. Yeah. That's unfortunate. If I had, that's unfortunate. I feel like even in that turn, if I don't swap into Excadrill, I feel like that is a better play. Like, so I guess what I mean is, which turn was that? I feel like this first turn play made sense. It's this one here, I think, coming up, where I made I made a way too aggressive play in Will-O-Wisping there. It made too much sense for them to Terra Fire here. That's why that's why I didn't make the play. I think in this situation too, I could have just parting shot it, and it would have been better for me in that moment. But, because yeah, like then Excadrill doesn't take nearly as much damage. The parting shot here was far too late. Far too late. And I think that's what ended up costing me there. Let's maybe do one more. Maybe this one doesn't take nearly as long, hopefully. I'm just kidding, I'm enjoying this. This is way more fun. This is way more fun for me. I'm just playing around with some of the mons that I really, really like. And interesting team here, another Cali team. Cali Ice. Fairly straightforward. This time it's Terra Dragon. Which is interesting. Terra Water for Rigoraph. With safety goggles, okay. Terra Poison Landorus, which is fine. With Sandsear. Sash, Terra... Oh, the Terra Electric part... Geez, I just can't speak today. Terra Electric part is interesting. Cornerstone, Ogerpon... Ivyculture, Power Whip. Okay, I'm surprised that's not Hornleech, and then Urshifu Rapid Strike. Who do I want to lead? That's a great question. I do outspeed Regieleki. So I kind of want to lead with Tar Excadrill. I like Rayquaza in this situation here. Potentially. I think that's the one mon that could be a little bit more questionable. Incin would be decent. I think Organical late, just because of the extra chip I can put on everything, will be good. And it's Terra Normal, so this actually could be good too, potentially. Let's see how Rayquaza does first. Wow, potato. Okay, so it looks like they want to set up Trick Room here, all fine and dandy. I could have rock slid. That was a dumb play on my end. I should have rock slided. I didn't even think about that. To be honest, I totally forgot Ogerpon Rock's ability was sturdy. Well, I know I eat one, which is fine. It's just the aftermath. Okay, let's protect here. As they go for a helping hand, are they gonna... Tar should eat that. Yeah, okay. Well, the crit does help. Do I get the double? Please? Please? Pretty please! Yes, I did! Alright. Alright, let's... Okay, let's do our Ghost Salt Cure, and, Okay, no, I do still think I Terra Ghost. I think just the question is what's better here. So in that scenario, okay, I know I can still Iron Head. That's not the problem. I need to Rock Slide after to try and get the Flitch. Okay, that was my own dumbassery there. I think I just Wide Guard though, and I can Iron Head. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, there. Slow down there, bud. And I guess it's Urshifu. Okay, so all fine. Boom. You have no. Thing. Yeah, you tear it already too, so that's fine. Headed for the salt mines. Take your 25, boy. Take your 25, boy. Yeah, I heard it through the grapevine. Sorry, I don't know. At work, I've been hearing a lot of like 70s, 80s stuff. So like, it's one of those songs that's like stuck in my head. I apologize. Okay, but that was that play was very greedy from them, trying to go for Glacial Lance. I guess I didn't read the team sheet. Okay, and I was faster than the Urshifu too, so that's fine. I gotta take another 12, and I'll just Assault Cure. Dragon Ascent, and that's gonna be the end of game 1. Oh man, I'm having some fun right now. This is great. Oh man, nice. I love Rayquaza. Oh man. Okay, so I do still think I lead the exact same way. I don't really see a reason not to. Like there is basically zero reason for me to not lead the exact same mons, and I think even the same ones in the back are fine as well. It all is just going to depend on. It's all going to depend on. Oh, did they just? Oh, they did leave. Okay. Oh, I'm at hundreds. Let's go. Oh man. Oh man, that was fun. Yeah, no, this was fun. This was fun to be back. I know in the past my commentary hasn't always been the best, unless I was doing like a tour replay or something like that. Did I hit copy by mistake? No, I didn't. Okay. Or my commentary is a little bit more, I guess, fluid, if you will. I know I had some lulls in there and everything, but no, this was fun. I do genuinely think Rayquaza has a really interesting place in the metagame. I do. I feel like it's one of those mons that I feel like because of airlock, getting rid of the weather, it can hurt a lot of sun, it can hurt rain. Sure, it hurts my own sand if I bring them out at the same time, but even then, I don't quite see it that way. No, this was so much fun, and there I'm pretty sure I hit copy. Yeah, okay. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't decided if I want to start streaming or anything like that. Probably not. Just want to have some fun for a little bit here. But no, this was fun. I will leave a paste to this team down below. Like all the spreads here, I literally just grabbed from the damage calc, because I really just wanted to get a team in play, just for fun. Again, like I'm not doing this seriously. Like hell, even if I guess I really can't, but like, oh yeah, I can. What am I doing? I can go here. Right. You can see that. Yeah. Okay. Like in 3 and 4, I know I'm not like great. I'm nowhere near what I feel like I used to be in terms of like overall like play and skill and everything. But this is fun. There are definitely some changes that I do want to make. Make to the team. Primarily stuff like Incineroar speed. Like, do I really feel like I need max speed? Jolly when I could go for a little bit more special offense. Actually, funny enough, I do think Organical is actually kind of fine. If I want to change up like a Mungus, for example, I think Excadrill on its own, I think is great. Tyranitar's spread, I think could definitely use some improvement, but overall, I do think is fine. It's just a matter of doing it, and right now, just because I'm doing it is more like again for fun. I don't know. We'll see. There are some other things that I do plan on working on, and hopefully, narrating and uploading for you guys at some point. It's just I have to obviously, like get it started and everything. And this is more of a, I don't know, like a get right kind of upload. Something that's more just me kind of, again, having fun. Something that I don't feel like I've really done in a very long time. And for me, that is so important, is the having fun aspect. And it's something that I feel like I've been missing for a while. And I don't know if it's, like Sword and Shield, like competitive, I thought was absolute horse. I think Scarlet and Violet's a little bit better, but I've never really been super attached to the terastallizing mechanic. I feel like Dynamax on its own was broken. I don't think Terra is necessarily broken in the context of just like play. It's just you need to figure out like the best Terras for that specific situation, and I think in some ways it's a little bit more difficult, and it's something that I need to like get into the habit of learning a little bit more, which is why I'm trying to play a little bit more while I'm playing other games and everything. I know right now, like just like if I'm at work or whatever, I got like my Sudoku. I got a couple Sudoku games going. I know I've got like Battle Revolution here that I want to do, like complete and everything, but I want to play Gen 4 and have fun with that. Trying to complete Fire Emblem Warriors and trying to do that, so that like grinding and everything takes up a little bit of my time, but I get free time and everything, so I do want to try and make this like a very regular occurrence though. It's something that I enjoy, something that, who knows if I do want to stream and everything. But I know for me to be able to handle streaming, like the laptop that I have is good, but I know I'm gonna need a bigger rig and I just don't have the money for it right now. But yeah, no, I just wanna have some fun. 'Cause why not? Fun. F-U-N. Maybe if I'm smart enough, I'll like put the letters up on the screen. I don't know. We'll see how lazy I get. But with that all being said, appreciate you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Try the team out, see what you guys think. Again, it's not very good. It's something I threw together in like 20 minutes. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. See you later.